Hi, this is David from Ash IT, and I'm quite excited for today's unboxing. I've got quite a bargain on a Surface Go 2 package. I've been wanting a Surface Go even, from the whole time that these have come out, but I wasn't impressed with the original Surface Go performance, and now with the Surface Go 2 with the M3 processor, I've been really wanting to get hold of one. An absolute bargain came up on a telecom provider, 3, over in the UK, so here it is today. It's just turned up, so let's unbox it. So what we've got, a Surface Go 2. Now this is the M3 with 128 gig SSD, 8 gigabytes of RAM, Wi-Fi and a data plan. It also came with a black type cover, not my ideal colour of choice, but yeah, it was thrown in for free. My 3 details, and also a Microsoft 365 personal license, which I probably won't use, so it's still handy to have. Oh, and then obviously my SIM that's coming with it. Right, I won't be opening that, I don't need that, but let's open this little thing. Do something else. Yeah, so this came up as a deal on Hot UK Deals yesterday. I didn't expect them to honour it because the price I've got this for, the whole data plan, is less than the cost of just this without any of the other bits and pieces it's got with it. So I wasn't expecting this to turn up in the post today. So I'm nicely surprised that it's here. So here we go. Well packaged, very similar to how Apple package their products. So we have the Surface Go, we'll open that in a second. We also have UK plug, Surface Connect charger. I still do like these, this is quite a compact one. I've still got one left over from my Surface Pro as well as a spare. Obviously this is USB-C, so it can be charged via USB-C as well. And we have SIM pin and some instructions, and let's have a look. What's this? Piece of card. Absolutely no idea what that is. Right. Let's open this up. Wow, that's really quite tiny. So there we go, miniature Surface Pro, the Surface Go 2. So we've got the same kickstand that you have on the Pro, very handy. Same front facing speakers, little 10.5-inch screen, micro SD card slot, the little stand which you can put right back, which is perfect when you actually do want to do a bit of drawing. And then ports wise, we've got a headset jack, and we've got a USB-C. That's it for the ports. But at least being USB-C, that's quite you know, universal. So we can use that for charging. We can use that for dongles. So that's quite handy to have. Although I would have preferred USB as well. But you know, that's not too bad. On the top, we've got our power button, and we've got our volume rocker. We've also got. It came with the type cover, so let's have a quick look at that. If I can open it. Oh, look, open that right up. Well packaged. And there is our black UK type cover. And that's it. The size is amazing. I'm really pleased with that. It's got a nice feel in the hand as well. Oh, and obviously on the back you have your camera. We'll look at the specs in a minute when we actually fire it up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to cut that there. I'm going to set it up, and then we're going to come back with some first thoughts. Right, so we're into Windows. At the moment we're into Windows S mode. I will be converting this later on, but just for the use of this sort of first look, I've just left it in here. Just done a quick couple of firmware updates as well, just so that we're in and working. Now my initial thoughts are it does feel very nice and snappy. So it's nice and responsive. I think definitely the M3 processor has made quite a big boost on performance, because everyone seems to be moaning about the old Pentium Gold chips they had in the Surface Go, and that also comes with the base version of this model. One thing I do notice is it's obviously only got 128 gig SSD, and out of the box there's only 75 gig free, so I'm going to try and slim that down later on, but just to be aware that you have already got a lot taken up just by the operating system. The screen seems really nice. Now it is quite small at 10.5 inches, but it's nice to have such a tiny compact little Windows machine you can pop around with you. Obviously the old Surface Pro 7 and prior models, it's a 12.5 inch screen, or 12.3, whatever it is. That is quite a lot bigger than this machine, and we will compare them in the full review. But this is so much more portable than that machine, so it's easy to just pick it up and throw it in a little man bag, purse, whatever, and carry it around with you, and actually you've got a full Windows computer with you. It's a nice high DPI screen, so it's good quality, good clarity. I've got it set to 125 DPI at the moment, so there's quite a lot of workspace on the screen, even though it is only tiny, and it's still nice and clear to read. The colours are nice and accurate, and it's very crisp. Really pleased with this screen. Also the brightness, got it up at the moment to 100% brightness. It does seem pretty bright. I would say at about 350-400 nits, so not as bright I think as the Surface Pro 7, but it's not bad at all, and you could certainly use this as long as you haven't got glare outside, so it is a glossy screen after all. Now the keyboard, obviously it doesn't normally come with a touch cover. You could just use your own keyboard or Bluetooth keyboard or plug one in, but I was lucky enough to get one in the package. These retail at about £100 if you buy one brand new from Microsoft. You can pick them up cheaper if you shop around. But it is obviously, it's a nice accessory to have with the machine. It protects the screen, which is always an absolute winner when you've got these sort of devices. You don't want to break it in a bag. So straight away it is handy having that there. It has a good typing feel, so when you're typing on it, it does feel nice and crisp, and it is at a slight incline, so it is comfortable to type with. It does feel a little bit more cramped than the Surface Pro, and the function keys at the top, they're half sort of width or half height, so they're a little bit more difficult to press, but this is the compromise you make for having a 10.5 inch machine here. So it's such a portable machine, you are going to have to make some compromises. The trackpad is also very nice as well. I've been mucking around using the trackpad. Obviously it's touch screen, so you can just touch it, but when you're typing and you're just using the touchpad, it seems nice and responsive. So that's very good. Speakers. Let's fire up a little bit of royalty-free music. I'm going to go quiet here, and I'm going to just play a little bit of music so you can hear the speakers. This is at 80% volume. So it doesn't get overly loud, but even when you crank the volume up, it stays nice and clear. Not a lot of bass, but it's very crisp, good sort of high end. So I think it'd be perfect for a bit of Netflix in bed or on your lap, watching listen to a podcast. But obviously, I think if you want to, listen to some music like seriously, you'll be plugging some headphones into this or put some decent speakers into it. But in a pinch, I think they're pretty good speakers. Obviously, we had a quick look around the ports initially. This is the Surface Connect port that it comes with. It's magnetic. It's a nice little feature that you still get with the Surface line that Apple did away with, which is a real shame with their MacBooks, because it was always such a lovely feature having the MagSafe. Someone kicks your cable and it just pops out, and also, as you see, without even looking at the port, I can just drop it in place. So I wish every manufacturer had this. It's such a lovely little feature to have. Little white light to tell you that you're plugged in and you're actually on charge, which is handy. I'm going to play around with it later on for the full review with using the USB-C for charging and battery banks. We're going to try that later on. And I think for my first final thoughts, I would say I'm really sort of positive about this machine. Really enjoying using it so far. Nice and snappy. Obviously I haven't run anything heavy on it yet. I'm going to convert it to full Windows 10, install some decent software on it and try it out. I'm going to use this for the next few days and I'm going to come back with a full review on how this has behaved for us. But my first impressions are very, very positive. Really happy with the size and the form factor. Obviously I wouldn't want to be using this as my main machine, but for a little machine you can pop in a bag and use when you're out and about and on the go, I'd much rather something like this than an iPad. We will be comparing it to the iPad in the review as well, because I do have a 10.5 inch iPad Pro we can look at and compare the two. So I think that's it for this one for the moment. So please like and subscribe and hit the notifications bell if you want to see more content on this Surface Go 2 in the future. Thank you for watching.